Tell me
out there.
about some of your memories of this extraordinary character and role, and tell me how you're doing these days, just in
Stargate,
general.
yes. Stargate Atlantis. Stargate Atlantis. Yes. I remember, you know, I had done Predator too,
Yes.
and not much sci-fi. And I remember Stargate, the agent at the time, said, "Hey, Stargate wants you to do some recurring character." All right. They sent me the script. Augustus Kolya. Interesting character. I like the name, Augustus Kolya. Has a ring to it. And so we did it and spoke to the writing team and the production team, and they were very open to my ideas. There were certain things I wanted to change, and they were very open to all my changes and even the wardrobe ideas, and that was very collaborative. And I remember having a good time with the cast. Uh, we shot it in Vancouver,
Mm.
and yeah, we did the Storm in the Eye. I think those were the first two episodes that we were drenched, and it was kind of interesting to have those, climate change aspects to the series, and to be acting under those conditions is fun. And Sheppard, of course, that was fun. All the cast was terrific people. They were a lot of fun, and yeah, trying to think back. I just always thought that, yeah, I did a lot of changing, a lot of uh, collaboration with them in terms of the script. You know what I mean? Making the character fit myself. I think the most frustrating part was I wasn't in great shape for those initial taekwondo things. So
Oh gosh, yeah, you
you
did
know,
a lot of that physicality.
I mean, there was a lot of that, and that was like, you need, come on, you're gonna do that. You got a month. You need a month rehearsal. You get there the next day. Okay, we're doing these moves, and you can't unless you're already an expert at that, which I was not. I wasn't ever. I did a little bit of martial arts, a lot of dance and stuff, but to go into there and do all that stick work, I think that was the frustrating aspect to that for me there, because I would want to have been crispy with them. You know what I mean? And for that, you can't do it overnight. That was frustration. But the other times, it was fun. It was fun creating Augustus Collier. I thought he was a little short-lived. I thought they
Mm.
could have done more to the character. I always saw him as joining forces with them for a period of time. I says, it makes sense. Why? Why not? I mean, you have a strong presence of this character, and and it was interesting that they don't see that sometimes. The audience sees it, but the producers, they don't see it. They're locked into something else. They could have easily made Kolya a character that helped Sheppard and the rest of them fight, and then they could have had it's like China and Russia right now joining forces. I mean, what happens in America and the Allies. You do that, and then you break up, and then it's like World War II with Russia and the Allies. So you could have done something like that and justified the antagonism that they felt toward each other's lifestyles.
It's interesting because at the end of season one, they do hook up with the Janai briefly to coordinate some weaponry, but Kolya isn't there. He's kind of stepped out to the side, and it's like every time they wanted the Janai as an antagonist, you were brought in front and center, and it's beautiful because it works so great. The antagonism between him and Sheppard, they were excellent foils for each other. They really hated each other.
But you could have had that continue on, and that could have just been a political frustration within it. Imagine being in there and having that tension quite a little more frequently,
Mm.
because they're both vying for power. They're both vying to take the Stargate a certain way. And they could have, I think, who's the creator? Joe, right?
Joseph Malazzi, Paul Mully, and Brad Wright and Rob Cooper. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, all those cats, they were good guys. Um, it was interesting, very interesting.
Tell me about who this character was for you on the page and how you brought him to life. Was he a mercenary? Was he how did he feel about working for his government the way he was? Was he just a razor that when they needed something sliced open, they would call him in and he would get the job done? Who was Kolya to you?
Kolya to me was Kurtz in the Heart of Darkness, that didn't go so over the edge, but had political ambitions. And he was unlike any kind of, you know, politician warrior. He was a Patton.
Mm.
He was a General Patton that had a different idea in terms of how to handle this stuff. And you had the political people like Eisenhower and the other generals, but Patton was more of a warrior general.
Mm.
Had they listened to him, it would be different. Could have been different. He got, you know, he was tough. So I saw him more like a warrior leader as opposed to a tool for something else. He had, for my own thing, I had a different agenda behind that whole, and that was to take over the Stargate.
Absolutely, it's a tool with remarkable power behind it.
And I did wind up inside Sheppard's head. Don't forget.
I would think after he shot him back through the wormhole, like getting kicked out of the house, it would have gotten pretty personal for Kolya pretty quick. Like there would have been other things added to his agenda alongside, you know, personal power. It's like, okay, I've got to get this guy back, and I'm not going to let it go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have. Look, it's like every politics. Look what we're going through today. American politics and any politics throughout the world. You know, you have allies, you have detractors, you have conflict, and you have alliances. It's very interesting, David, the whole thing. But yeah, Kolya, I think the revenge aspect was a little too petty for him.
Mm.
It wasn't so much as revenge as control. You know, and again, that's in my subtextual analysis. It's not necessarily on the page, but it would lead to a few things, you know, if you go back and look at some instances, because he was formidable.
Mm-hmm. I've had some conversations with Tori Higginson and David Hewlett about being drenched out in that soundstage, and it was just before they were going on break, and Tori said that everyone got sick, and they gave everyone after that shoot was done like bottles of wine or something because they knew that they were all going to go home not well. Did you manage to survive that, or did you get sick as well?
I don't remember. I don't think I got sick.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember, you know, but it was intense. It was intense, that stuff, you know, and it was fun. Those conditions are always fun.
Do they help drive the performance, or do they distract you from the performance?
No, because you're
soaked in rain.
Well, you're in that condition.
Yeah.
So you're in that condition, and you're going to battle. And you're in a circumstance, so you're going to have yourself. It adds. It's a condition that adds. Sometimes an actor will put himself in that condition, mentally or psychically, to give something to a performance. You know, he's fighting the elements. He might be in a quiet office, but he's fighting the elements. You know what I mean? And that gives you another impulse that you have to then project something else on, but you don't know that. You just know, man, where's this guy getting this stuff from? So so to have the circumstance, because that's what we do as actors. We live truthfully in the given circumstances. So most of the time you have to imagine, you know, imaginary circumstances. Here, it was created for you, so that was helpful.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. It's our goal to share a new Stargate story every day while we're on break. Please feel free to subscribe to future episodes here on YouTube. And if you have Stargate friends who might like this clip, let them know about us. Be sure to visit dialthegate.com to view the complete archive, as well as transcripts from past interviews. I'll see you on the other side.